Today I'm going to try my hand at fabric paper. So I saw some artwork done on old book pages, and it kind of got me thinking about using old books for a background for just a very simple sketch with a simple thread sketch. With a picture of a snowy scene. I took a picture yesterday and I put it in my Instagram, and I will also try and post it here too. So it's my inspiration on making this fabric paper. And then I'm going to stitch on top of it. So I've never done this before, so wish me luck. So you can use newsprint, you can use fabric napkins, you can use lace, not fabric napkins, sorry, paper napkins like these. I'm not going to be using these today, of course, because I want a snowy scene. But, and I also have this that my daughter had bought. It's paper, so I'm going to try to use a little bit of this too. So let's see how it turns out. So first thing you have to do is you need a background. You can use any, you could use cheesecloth, you could use any kind of thinner fabric like muslin. I'm just using actually an old poly cotton fabric that I had. I just want to make a small sample here to see what it's like before I make anything bigger. And all you do is add some water to some glue. I'm using Aleene's Tacky Glue. And I'm actually got it placed on freezer paper. So this is freezer paper. I buy it on Amazon. That's pretty much the only place you can get it these days that I can find. So it's not as popular as it used to be. It used to be, I always got it at the grocery store, but can't get it there anymore. So first you need to put your layer of glue down, and I may have to get some more glue going here after. I didn't know how much I'd need, and I don't like to waste. So I'm just going to paint the whole thing with the glue first. Any type of tissue paper is supposed to work as well, so I've been doing a little research, so that's some ideas for you. I do have some hairs on there. There we go. So just make sure you saturate the whole thing. You decide to do this. Yeah, I'm definitely going to need more glue. I'm almost out already, so I'm going to pause this. So here's my glue. I just put some glue in, and I put about 1/3 the amount of water and just stir it up. I'm not sure what the exact consistency is supposed to be, but this is pretty liquidy once you stir it up. It might be a little more liquidy than I want it, but we'll see how it works. Okay, here we go. I have this. I'm going to try a little bit of this. It's an old, and oh, actually, instead of tearing, I can use water and a paintbrush instead of ripping, but I'm just going to go with it. I'll not be able to see here. There we go. I don't know how this will look, but, and of course I can use much bigger pieces, which I will once I get some pieces down. Take a book page. This was an old book that I got at antique shop. It was $1.99. And I also have this book, it was a book that I was reading, and the end of the book, the last few pages were missing, so it's useless. I never read the end of the story, so I have no idea how it happened, and by now I don't remember even what the story was about. So this one's a good one to use. I'm going to try some white napkin too. It has just some dots on it. There's more of this. Oh, this actually has a couple plies to it. Look at that. Don't like those perfect edges. What else can I use? I'm going to go see if I can find some more tissue paper. I actually have some old patterns. Kind of fun. Because I'm doing a snowy scene, I don't know that I might want to try to put white tissue paper over top just to, you know, tone it down a bit. I don't have enough different things to try, but anyway, we'll see how this goes. I might put some white cheesecloth down too, see how that works. And I like the wrinkles, so I'm going to make it kind of wrinkly maybe. We'll see. More paper. Anything finer papers would work really well, I think. I'm going to try some lace as well. Let's see here. There's lots of scraps that I've gathered. My mom got me some at a rummage sale. Let's see. This one's a finer one, so I could probably use that. I need some scissors though. Put that over there. Add a little more of a white. I thought I had some silver napkins, but I couldn't find them. Silver would look really cool too. No. I do have this though. It has pretty funny. Multi-use. I'm not too worried too much about the wrinkles because that will just add a little more texture. Just file this one up before I add it. Hardest part is going to have to wait. I'm going to have to wait to till it dries to see what it looks like. else can I add? Maybe some yarn. Any ideas? Put them in the comments because I am up for experimenting. Piece of this underneath there. I'm hoping that this works out all right. If not, I have another idea of something to try. This is for my 100-day project, so I've got to get this dried so I can use it. So I think I'll stop here and I will come back and show you what it looks like at the end, and then also hopefully what I make with it. So I'll sign off now. See you soon. Hi everyone, this is day 2. I'm going to be putting this YouTube video up. I played around with some making fabric paper, which is a combination of paper. I used some book pages and some napkins and some tissue paper and some lace. And I think I might have used too much glue because it's pretty stiff. This is on a base of just a poly cotton fabric scrap that I had. It's pretty thick and not thick, but stiff. So I think next time I try it with trying to use a little less glue. But anyway, I'm going to go with it, and I'm going to make a little winter scene, which I will show you the picture as well. And I've just drawn on a few lines. It's really hard to draw on because of so much glue, but I used a friction pen. Oops, if you can see that. And that will come off with heat, so it's not, it doesn't stay, so it can give me a good guide. I'm going to do the main lines in black, and then I have this brown for the fence posts, and this gray I think I'll use for the trees and behind, just so they're a little less dark. I think that's it, so you can just follow along. There's some trees here, and you'll be able to understand what I'm doing from the picture when I show it. Oh, and I think I'm going to do some red as well. There's some dogwood along the fence as well, so I think I'll probably put that in too, to add a little touch of color to this piece. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead. I've never done this before. I put a dull needle in my machine just because it's going to be thicker, and I'm going to have to go slow because if I make any mistakes it will leave holes, I'm pretty sure. So let's see how it goes. It's actually going through fine. I'm just going to make my line a little wavy. This is number 2 of my 100-day challenge, or 100-day project, I mean. 100 days of textile minis. Probably should have done the gray first because there is a tree right here that crosses the horizon, but I'll just try and see what happens here. So here's the tree. Maybe I'll do that last. Just I think I'll use some silver as well for the wire that goes across the fence posts. It's always nice to go over twice when you're doing these types of things, and you don't want to be right on the line. You want it to look a little more sketchy, I think, in my opinion. I'm just going to make the tree here. This is down the road from my house. It's the same scene that I did a big art quilt. So this is just a smaller scene, and this is in the winter time, so that's why it's white. Usually refer to the picture while I'm stitching, but because I'm videotaping it, I can't, so I'm just winging it. I'm using my phone that I took a picture on to video, and the picture's on my phone. That's okay. I've seen this place many times, so I kind of have an idea of what I'm doing. I think I'm going to make my trunk a little wider. I'm happy with that, and I'm going to cut my threads. You can see it kind of have a little spot there where it hesitated, but it's okay. And my thread didn't cut. When I did my piece yesterday, I left some of the threads loose, and I kind of like the look of that, so I think I'll probably, well, maybe not on the piece, but to the sides here. Actually, that will be the only part, so maybe I'll cut it back. And there was another tree here, and it's a lower tree, but it was quite a bit wider, so I'll just try my best to make that one. Oops, I need to put my thread in. Where did it go? I'll have to start again here. I'll pause for a sec. Here we go. some of the, it's like a big bush, I think. So some of the trunks were separated from one another, so that's why I'm moving over a little bit here. Need my smaller scissors. Grab those. Here we go. I was going to add real sticks for the fence posts, but the sticks that I got are too big to add, so I think I'm just going to stitch them with the thread. So this one will be next, and I also picked a red that's variegated, so it should make the bushes, the red dogwood, look great. So I'm just going to rethread my machine. Okay, so we're ready for the fence posts, which go right along here, and they slowly get smaller because of the perspective and closer together. So here's my first one. That last thread worked great, but I'll see how this rayon type thread works. It's very shiny, and these ones tend to shred easily. So we'll see. Show you, it worked out really well. I don't know if you can see, but the light colored thread is on the right side, and then I could do the dark on the left side to make it look like you know, some variation, and maybe it's not really sunny in the photo, but to make it look a little lighter on that side. So hopefully I can continue. I see I'm back to light again, so that works well. And I have a line right here, but it's right under that tree, which is going to look awkward. So I think I'll move it over just a little bit. With the variegation is that they last quite a bit, and it's usually good for it to do that, but for this it took a little longer to do that one because I had to wait for the dark to come. So I will start on the other side for this one. Do is maybe move back over to it after I do a few of these. And some of the fence posts are crooked. Make sure I add that in. So I can add some dark to these ones. See, I'm trying to make them less wide now. Like these ones are a little wider down here than the ones I'm moving on to. Some dark in the back, so I'm going to have to fudge it and pull it. So I want to get a little bit of dark in the back fence posts. Whoops, not too high, but that's okay. So I'm going to cut all those little extra threads that I created while moving from one fence post to the next. Some of it may come apart, but that's okay. This fabric paper is actually behaving a lot better than I thought it would, so I'm happier with it than I thought I was going to be. I just have to remember to try and use less glue next time, and I didn't have a lot of white and gray objects to make this one, but as I move on to different colors, I bet I can find larger amounts of the colors that I want with like organza fabrics and lighter see-through type fabrics. I just didn't have a lot of the white to go with, so, but I think it still turned out pretty cool. And I think if I wanted to add the writing, I could put it down and then add a colored tissue paper over top or something. Okay, there we go. So now I want to add the silver for the wire that goes across. Now, if any thread is going to give me trouble, it'll be this metallic one. So what I want to do is, it had 2 wires, but I eventually moved into 1 because you won't be able to see 2 when you get back to this part of the landscape. So I will probably just bring them closer together into 1. And so I'll do this, and then I will come back and show you the final product. Trying to get my step working here. There we go. Oops. Quite impressed. I thought I was going to have trouble with that, and I made it kind of wavy because it's an old fence, so it would be kind of wavy. So I'm going to go and do the red and do the brown in the background, or the gray trees in the background, and I'll be back. So here we go. I'm just going to back away here a bit so you can see better. Here's the finished piece. I'm actually really happy with how this turned out, especially for my first try at doing this paper fabric paper cloth. It's called different things. So I was looking at what it looks like on the canvas, and it's pretty blah. So I think I'll probably paint the canvas black. So here's an idea of what it will look like. Just have a piece of black fabric, but I'll actually paint it just to give it a little pop. And maybe it won't be black, it may be like a charcoal black. But this is number 2. Woohoo!